Oh, there's that little fickle fuck bin. Give me, we'll die together as enemies. Welcome. God, the hand gets me every time. Welcome back to the Six Virgin Show, everybody. Oh, we gotta come back with the cruise bubble, whatever the cruise bubble is. Sorry, this PS4 USB cord is fucking 4 years old at this point.
I'm impressed. How did you fight?
How did it? What?
Well, there were these robots. I met Sandy, and the lighthouse was.
Get the audio broke.
Okay. Sorry I asked.
Okay.
Here,
Shut your whore cunt mouth.
That I promised you.
Thanks, Mrs. Todd.
God.
Now I'll help you guys evacuate.
What have I become?
But SpongeBob, you don't have a driver's license.
Oh, don't I?
No, you don't.
Well, if I don't, then what's this?
I don't. His nose looks like a
A
wiener.
library card.
Oh.
I'm glad they took the time to draw his little library card. I think that's cute. I think it's cute, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. This is the Six Virgin Show, all right, Brennan. That's all I have. That's it. That's the end of it. That's the end of all of it. How many episodes have we done of this session? This is the 5th one, I think, or is it the 5th one? Only the 5th one? We gone through 2 levels in 5 episodes? We've gotten pretty much every spatula up to this point, except for the one that we can't get right now. In fact, we probably talked to my boy, my little doughboy.
Bob, you found some.
Now they're back home, safe where they belong.
Here's your golden back scratcher.
Spatula.
I don't speak Italian.
It'd been funny if, like, there was an animation of SpongeBob, like cramming the sock into Patrick's mouth. What did I see? I didn't see anything. You didn't see anything either. None of you saw a thing.
Do you want to trade shiny objects for a golden spatula? That's quality craftsmanship, that is. Come again.
Sweet. What a lovely Mr. Krabs model, and that Mr. Krabs looks like he's overdosing on ketamine currently. Like, at the very moment, he's overdosing on ketamine and is going to die. That's just what's happening. Also, I didn't know Goo Lagoon was so visibly in SpongeBob's backyard. Like, he's got beachfront property. Holy shit. How much does man pineapple cost? What's his mortgage? Why don't they ever make an episode around this? How much does SpongeBob pay on his taxes? Does he file them quarterly so that he remains solvent? How's he doing financially? How's his credit score? Does he lend money out to friends knowing that he probably shouldn't? But he does because he cares about them. He doesn't want them to end up on the street. Does he like does he like sign a mortgage with someone that he loves dearly, and then soon discover that he doesn't love them anymore, so he has to go through the rigorous process of removing himself from that mortgage? I was really hoping, like, this model is about to get fucked, spoilers alert. I was really hoping that the model that gets fucked here was going to be Skin Stash, because some pain has got to happen to Skin Stash. Also, maybe I just didn't hear it, and if I did, if it did happen, Chad, you can go ahead and play it back. Did I miss him saying like in the original? He was just, dude was just vibing, just hanging out, going singing his little song to himself, and then fucking Chad Virgin over here.
Well, you do look a little red.
Barnacles! That darn robot.
Observe.
Robot?
Yeah, a big robot stole everybody's sunscreen.
I'm still waiting. Larry the Lobster's model, mark my fucking words, before the end of the game, is going to do the observe motion. I guarantee it.
Oh no! Everyone will burn, and then they'll get all itchy and peel.
Exactly. You can't spend a day at the beach without sunscreen. That sun is way too hot. That robot is out on the island. Nobody can get to him.
The hell stores sunscreen in crates?
SpongeBob, maybe you can use those sun reflectors to point the sun's rays on that robot. If you hit one of the buttons on the side of a lifeguard tower, the reflector will turn. Connect all the towers and the light will shoot right out of the big reflector on the island. Then all you have to do is swim out to the island and turn the big reflector onto the robot. I'll stay here and protect the babes.
But I, can't swim.
You will just have to Jesus your way out of this one. All right, we're gonna watch him for a second. This overdosing on ketamine motherfucker. We're gonna watch him. We're gonna watch him do the observe motion. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Observe. See, look, SpongeBob's memeing. SpongeBob has his own meme. I guarantee Larry the Lobster's gonna have his meme. Although he has repeated the nervously looking around motion several times. So we might need to catch him on another day. Oh, he doesn't even flinch. Homie could just take it to the gut. My god. So I could never get this one as a kid. Yeah, asking me to do a reflector puzzle, you forget that I got poo brain. I can't do it. Shut up, kid. What if the kid just like fell over with his eyes blankly staring up at the sky? Like I permanently damaged his brain. Oh dude, you get really tantalizingly close to that guy. I bet I can make that shit. Well, look, they got away the stall. They got rid of like the air stall, so I can't do it.
If you hit one of the buttons on the side of a connect when the
Thanks, homie. You're all the way over there. Don't you try to conversate with me. What was I saying last episode? Oh, right. About Facebook. So they've started putting ads on your videos that don't want ads. And I 100% hate that. I don't think that's a good business practice in the slightest. To like, and I commented on this on their Twitter post for all the good fucking shit that's gonna do. But I did comment on their Twitter post like, "Hey, this is bullshit. Don't do it." And somebody was like trying to fight with me. Oh, but they pay their servers. Like clearly a bad faith argument. Like, oh, they pay for their servers. The reason they pay for their servers is because they're a conglomerate of Google. Their payment is my fucking private information. I agreed to this. You don't then get to charge my viewers to have, well, not charge, but like force them to have ads when I don't want them to. I don't want you to put ads in my content. And that alone, maybe that's not such a big deal. They put ads on it, but you're not even gonna give me the schmeckles for doing it. So if it makes anything, it all goes to you, despite the fact that I put in the work and it's a Let's Play video. The fact that I put in the editing, well, I do now because Chet died mysteriously, and I didn't kill him. Probably, I probably didn't kill Chet. But that probably didn't happen. And if a police officer asks you, I probably didn't kill Chet. And that's what you'll tell them. You will tell them that Brennan probably did not kill Chet. There's no evidence to suggest that Brennan killed Chet. No witness testimony, any affidavits, just consider them electro fraud affidavits because they're just not real. Oh, we going there? We going there? Sounds like we're going there. Dude, I was really hoping, because at the beginning of Brovid, like when Brovid first started, there was like a week-long glimmer of hope. Like, maybe this is going to be the unifying event that the boomers and the coomers have needed for a long time to put aside their differences. Finally, a common enemy, indistinguishable, like a virus, and everyone has a way to fight it, and everyone has a way to stop it. And it's a very clear threat. And it's very clear what it does, and that it's dangerous, and what we can do to stop it. Like simple steps we can all do. We can all rally around, the likes of which that we haven't seen since like World War fucking II. That was the last one. That was the last time I think the U.S. had like the U.S. people had like a universal enemy. Like no one disputed like, oh, the Nazis, but they're good peoples amongst the Nazis. Like no one ever disputed that in World War II. I don't think so. I mean, for probably somebody. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. Whatever.
Yes, too much fun. Trust me.
But overall was unifying event. I'm like, this is our generation's unifying event. It's going to bring the young and the old, the right and the left together to fight against this common enemy, and it's also going to lead to a little bit more world peace because this is a worldwide issue. I thought, man, this is going to be the time. This is going to be a blessing in disguise. Yeah, people are going to die and it's going to suck, but it's going to be a blessing in disguise because it's ultimately going to get Angeron, so it's ultimately going to unify us as a people. And that glimmer of hope lasted about a week. About a week before Fox News was like, the liberal agenda is trying to tell you that this is a deadly virus. No, it's science. It's telling you that it's a deadly virus. The fact that people are dying and, like, even if they don't die, they go to the hospital for a long time so you can die of a goddamn staph infection because there's no bed for you in the hospital. Like, we're back to 1930s time where no one had access to a hospital. And that's what the problem is. Like, yeah, but it's not that contagious. The masks don't do anything to stop it. Bro, the masks aren't to protect you. They're to protect me. And I don't know how many times I can explain it to my dad. Oh, sorry, I just had to get that out. That's I feel like everyone has that burst hiding somewhere inside of them. That like COVID frustration burst of like, dude, just stop. Just stop being dumb. Cancel all dumb thoughts. All dumb thoughts now Twitter canceled. Like, stop it. Like, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some pseudoscience BS out there like this. There's definitely reports about it that aren't correct. I can't think of one on hand because most of them are correct. But I'm sure I'm willing to lend the hand that some of the science out there is misleading or incorrect. You know, they lied to us about masks at the beginning. They said don't get a mask. The reason they said don't get a mask was because healthcare workers needed them. But it was a little shifty for them to not just tell us that. Instead, they lied to us and say, no, masks don't help. When in fact they do, they just need to reserve them for healthcare workers. They didn't say they need to reserve them for healthcare workers. They just said, no, they don't help, which was not true. So I can understand, like, not immediately wanting to trust everything that you see come out of the CDC or the HWO. But, like, come on, man. Stop. Stop it. Does not mean everything's a liberal agenda. Some stuff is just true about how a virus works. The other day I was arguing with my father, my dear old dad, because he goes to the church that I work at. And I was like, hey, there's a possibility we might shut down again. Because, I mean, there is a possibility because numbers are spiking back up. And, yeah, it's something we've discussed. We don't want to do it because we lost a whole lot of momentum the first time. And I know it's a little selfish to want to preserve your momentum over our lives. Although I do want to pat ourselves on the back. We've done a real good job of not only encouraging people to take the online option that it's my job to offer, but also if they do decide to come to in-person, we force, like, masks. And this was not a spatula, this was just a sock. Oh, that was a sock? You built a whole segment for a sock? What? What was that? Sorry, I got distracted. I was like, this is bullshit. But we've been real good about social distancing and stuff. But I was like, but, you know, people have gotten lazy. People have been taking off their masks. I'm looking at people on my camera as I'm filming and streaming the services. And I saw one woman, like, take her mask off her face and move it up to her eyes and go to sleep. Oh, it was hilarious. It was amazing, and I enjoyed it very much. What was I doing? I forgot what I was saying. But I was like, hey, Dad, you're gonna have to wear your mask. That's not from me. That's from the bishop. That's like a statewide mandate. Like, you're gonna have to wear it. You can't just take your mask off in the middle of service. And homie was like, no, it doesn't help. I didn't even engage with it. I was like, okay. That's the end of it. Because it's a fruitless argument. I don't... Like, the amount of logical leaps you have to do to arrive to the conclusion that the mask does nothing. Like, you have to just ignore so much. Like, how does a there's no way that a paper mask can stop a particle of air. Okay, first of all, it's droplets. And second of all, no, it doesn't stop all the particles coming out of you. That's not the point. The point is to reduce. The whole thing has been to reduce. We were never going to stop the virus with the mask. That wasn't the point of the mask and the social distancing. It was to lower the curve. You know, also...
Hero, you've saved children.
I didn't acknowledge it, but whenever I popped these children, they just went flying over here. I didn't put it together. I thought they were just like, it's kind of funny. They went flying, got them off screen. I guess they didn't want to keep them on screen for whatever reason. I didn't realize it was like yeeting them across the map. Because the old version, you just knocked them down and they just sat wherever they were. But now they yeet them to Mrs. Puff. And they're all like dazed and confused because they just sent them hurtling with reckless abandon across the map. But I feel like everyone has like a COVID outburst within them, like an anger burst. Because it can be frustrating, man. And this is a safe place. You know, vent out. You got something in the comments? Go ahead and vent it out, my guy. Just go ahead. Let it rip. Send your COVID fart juice all over my face. But dude, I feel like in a year, like a year after the vaccine is here, at the very least, I feel like I'm gonna have like a weird bit of nostalgia for the early days of COVID. Like back when no one quite knew, no one was quite sure what the hell was happening.
SpongeBob, I heard that you were collecting golden spatulas.
Shut up, Pierce Brosnan. No one cares. Oh, that was actually a pretty interesting conversation about how there's a sandcastle contest and this one by merit of being somebody built a sand palace. It was that kid being that extra. How could SpongeBob be a sponge and not be able to swim? To that matter, how could there be water underwater? This is not logical. This game is broken and I do not like it. Yeah, it's safe. It's safe to let out your frustrations here. I was getting to another. Oh, that's right. I feel like I'm gonna have like a weird nostalgia for it because like last year. Remember last year when I talked about how much my life sucked at the moment? Even now, I have like a weird kind of rage-filled nostalgia for the days when I was stuck, you know, delivering pizzas and like I hear I hear like a song on the radio, like, oh, I remember listening to this while I was delivering pizzas. Those times sucked, but for some reason they have like a place in my memory, and the fact that I can recall them is somehow comforting. Like, I think I am gonna have like a strange nostalgia for when people didn't quite know what was going on. Like the first time I watch John Oliver sometimes, because sometimes he can be funny, not always, but sometimes. It's a good Monday morning get me out of bed show. It's free on YouTube, and I gotta respect that. I gotta respect a guy who, you know, gives out their stuff for free. You know, clearly cares about the information. But whatever, that's besides the point. I remember the first time he fucking like the first time he went back to a show after everyone went into lockdown. It was so bizarre. Like he was in a white void and he hadn't adapted to the fact that he didn't have an audience yet, so he kept having these like audience pauses, like pausing for laughter, and and it was just so awkward. And like that happened to like everyone. Like you go look back at the like old Jimmy Fallon clips, like they're just it's like a weird. He didn't know what was going on yet. He didn't know how to adapt. And like the people that like really made it out of this good are the people who, you know, adapted, leaned into it, and were like, okay, well, if everyone's got COVID, now's the time to tackle that at-home project I've been putting off for forever. Oh, that's right. I gotta have the ice block to get that. Well, that's fine. We needed to go back anyways. Needed to go back and do the ounce of bounce challenge. Shut up, Tony Stark. That's not your name. It's not who that is. That's just patently incorrect. I need Patrick. I thought I was gonna drown. But why don't I just drown in real life? Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'm disconnecting. See you next time. This is French.